sis, it is something about taking care of yourself. There is something about pouring back into yourself that makes other people uncomfortable. If you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not dressing up, if you're not wearing your best clothes, nobody's paying you no mind. But as soon as you start loving on yourself, as soon as you start taking care of yourself, as soon as your aura is strong, as soon as your light is bright, you better believe me, there's going to be somebody trying to humble you. There's going to be somebody trying to dim your light. And it's your responsibility, because it's coming. It is your responsibility to stay focused and shine even brighter. When you have people trying to dim your light, when you have people trying to humble you, they see you. They see you. They want it. They want the light. They are attracted to your aura. They are attracted to your energy. There is something about you that says, hey, I'm focused on me. I'm trying to become the best version of me. And it intimidates people. It makes people insecure with themselves. But that is none of your business. Okay? That is none of your business. That's when it's time to dig deeper. That is when it's time to get into your skincare routine. That is when it's time to get into that gym. That's when it's time to get on your knees and pray. That's when it's time to do your positive affirmation. That's when it's time to lock in, because better is on the way.
Have you ever wondered why the people closest to you don't support you when you start something new, like launching a business, switching careers, or even just like chasing your dreams? It's easy to say they're jealous. It's easy to say that they're haters. But more often than not, it's deeper than that. It's psychological. Especially if you come from the same background, the same struggle, the same limitations. That's not just inspiring to people. That can be very triggering, because now you're a mirror and you reflect back what they could have done had they made different choices. And that's uncomfortable for most people. You become a reminder of the version of themselves that they abandoned. The version that wanted more but didn't feel brave enough to go after it, that didn't feel supported, that didn't believe that they were worthy. And instead of dealing with it directly, people cope in subtle ways. This is where cognitive dissonance comes in. That's the internal conflict someone feels when their current reality is challenged by a new truth. Maybe they've been telling themselves for years that people like you or people from your environment don't make it, that success is not realistic, that visibility is for other people, not for you, not for them. And now you're proof that these beliefs were not facts. They're just their fears. And now they got to either face that or reject you. So instead of clapping for you, they fall silent. Instead of supporting you, they become distant. Or worse, they become what many people call monitoring spirits. They watch everything you post, every move you make, never like, never engage, never share. And no, this does not mean that everyone who watches you and who doesn't engage is secretly hating. Okay, some people just consume content passively. That's normal. But when it's someone close to you, someone who used to show love, someone who used to engage, who used to be vocal, and now they're silent while still watching, that is not random. That's avoidance, and that's discomfort showing up as distance. Because deep down, it's not just that they don't like what you do, it's that they don't like what it brings up in them. When people come from the same starting point as you, your growth makes it harder for them to hide behind excuses. It exposes the fact that they had the same tools, the same environment, maybe even more resources than you had, and they still chose comfort. They still chose fear. They still chose to shrink themselves and play small. Not everyone is going to applaud your evolution, especially when your evolution highlights their stagnation. But your path is not meant to be validated by people who are still avoiding their own growth. The support you're looking for may not come from the people that you started with, but it will come. Your audience, your tribe, your aligned connections, they'll find you. And when they do, it'll make sense why the people closest to you had to fall away. Not because they were bad people, but because they weren't ready to face themselves. And your light made it impossible not to. If you're not getting the support that you expected, don't let it get to you, okay? Some people are fighting internal battles that have absolutely nothing to do with you. You're just the trigger. You're not the cause. A secure, confident person has no problem showing love to someone who's rising, okay? But not everyone is secure. Not everyone is healed. Not everyone is capable. And that's not your responsibility to fix or to shrink yourself for. So keep going, keep showing up, keep being proud of what you're building. The right people will never be threatened by your growth. They'll celebrate it. Let them find you. Okay?
Have you noticed people only get mad when you start changing? Have you ever noticed that? When you stay the same, when you stay quiet, when you stay available and easy to use and access, everybody is comfortable around you. But the moment you set a boundary, the moment you say no, I can't do that anymore, problem don't start. Suddenly, you are the problem. Suddenly, you are always nagging. And here's the truth. They are not angry because you change. They are angry because your change no longer benefits them to some extent. Growth exposes who was really for you and who was just for your access. So stop feeling guilty when people go. Stop feeling guilty for outgrowing people. The ones meant for you will clap for your change. They will be happy for you. The ones who don't, let them go because they were never yours in the first place. And I need you to comment, I choose growth if you're done shrinking to keep people happy around you.
Your growth is what makes people uncomfortable. If they can see certain things that you're doing that's elevating your life and they're still in that same predicament where they have been through all these years and they can see what you're doing, they're gonna hate it. They're gonna feel some type of envy, jealousy towards you because they're like, why is it happening to this person but not myself? Like there's gonna be no accountability on their side. Like I need to start doing what this person's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing everything in life that needs to be done in order for me to elevate. They're gonna be looking at you like you don't deserve it. You could be doing so many things for yourself, but they're like, nah, man. Why is this person growing, elevating in life, and I'm just here, no accountable for? They don't even show no accountability on their side. It's crazy.
When God is growing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Life Beyond Aesthetics. Today we're talking about when people become threatened by your growth. Okay, if you have noticed, when you're around people, especially people who you have grown up with, people who have known you for years, when you're still the version of you that they are used to, when you're not really doing well, you're still trying to figure out life and what you want to do, you hear them being supportive. They want to give you this advice, that advice, and everything. They will be in your business, always ready to talk. But the moment you start winning, you start becoming independent, things start working out for you, you start discovering who you are as a woman. You start taking care of your appearance, working, building your financial independence. The moment you start all those things, or you start winning in general, they become very quiet. The moment you start something or a business that they feel like, if this girl prospers here, she's going to go big, you see that they become quiet. They're no longer giving you advice. They're not even congratulating you. They're not telling you how great what you're doing is. They just go quiet. They start giving you backhanded compliments, start trying to undermine your achievement. They say you literally achieve something that nobody they know has ever achieved in their life, but they will still find a way to undermine it when you share that good news, because they don't know how to congratulate you, because they are just full of envy, and it's actually a reflection of how they feel about themselves. Do you understand? Because they feel insecure in their own wins. So when you share with them, they don't want to congratulate you because they don't have any good energy in their heart. All they have is envy. Okay, so the moment you start doing better than people, they get mad. They get mad. The moment you start dressing better, looking better, the moment you start doing things that maybe everybody around you thought was impossible, or maybe everybody around you thought, oh, we're not like those people, we can never be like. the moment you start doing those things, people are going to get mad. Okay, they're going to think that, oh, you're so full of yourself. They're going to literally think that you think you're better than them. And that's why people will be in a secret competition with you, because in your own mind, you're just leveling up, trying to be the best version of yourself. You're not thinking, oh, I'm going to be better than the next person. No, you're just thinking, this is what I want. You have big dreams for yourself, but these people feel like you're trying to surpass them. That's what they think. They think that, oh, you're trying to, gather all these things so that you can be better than them. And that's when they enter into competition with you. They'll start trying to do better than you. When they say you get something, the next thing they will do, they will come and tell you, oh, they also got the same type of achievement as you. They will start competing with you, because to them it's like your growth feels like their failure. When you're growing, it feels like them, they are stagnant or they are failing in life. The thing is, your growth exposes their stagnation. When everybody around them is normal, nobody's really like pushing that line to like go that far. Nobody's really changing. Everybody is still the same. Nobody is losing the weight. Nobody is getting that dream body. Nobody is buying the dream car. Nobody is getting the glowing skin. Nobody is improving their appearance. When the case is like that, everybody is okay. Everybody is normal. People can relate to each other normally. But when you now start waking and stepping into your power and start moving differently, and they can see that you're looking better, you're moving better, like, you're taking care of yourself, you're not more that, black sheep that they are painting you to be. That's when they start getting disturbed. I feel like they most especially hate the fact that it's you that is doing it, because I believe that they will prefer that it's someone outside of their proximity that does it. But when it's someone that is close to them, someone that they have known for a very long time, that is making all these changes and evolving in life, is like a sting to them. It like exposes them, because now they feel like, oh, what have I been doing in my life? Oh, she's better than me, So that's why they hate you. Okay, that's why people turn against you. That's when they start this media campaign, start talking, then they start the obsession. Those ones that are secretly obsessed with you. When you start growing in life, you're going to attract a lot of different types of jealousy and envy. You will get different types of reaction. Not everybody's reaction is the same. Some people will go completely silent. They will never acknowledge your win, your achievement, your accomplishment, your glow. They will never these people, they will not even acknowledge anything you have done. Like, you could buy a new house and invite them to the house, and they will still not acknowledge that you bought the house. Okay? This is what I mean by people who go silent. These ones are people who are going to watch you the most, because they have the biggest and the most fragile ego. That's why they have to go completely silent, because any small movement can break their ego. So they'll become so silent so that they don't risk reacting to you and showing you that they're jealous. You understand? Then you're going to attract people. Now people start to give you backhanded compliments. Oh, this house is not even that. Or you tell them to be like, oh, this other person got a bigger house. That is, your house is even small. Oh, this your car is not even the latest model. My friend got the latest, stuff like that. They want to undermine your accomplishments or make your moment about them. Okay. That people want to compliment you when you share. These are the ones that will say something negative when you share good news with them. Okay. So you attract people in secret competition with you, people who want to copy. Let's say you bought your car, then this person will go and try and get a car. They not even try, they will go and get a car. Or if they can't get a car, they will wait and save. Then maybe years later, they will make sure that they buy a car that is better than that your own car. They will buy the latest model. And they will make sure that they will make sure to let you know, oh look, I got a new car, this that kind of thing. So these are the different types of reaction you'll get when you start growing and elevating, and people are uncomfortable. So most likely when you start growing, people will start talking about you, they'll start misunderstanding you and everything. But the thing is, years later, years down the line, you will still be the blueprint that are, referencing. You will still be the one that they never forget. You understand? You will still be the one that they want to be like. You will still be the one that they copy. You understand? So whether they talk or whether they don't talk, whether they hate you, whether they don't hate you, years down the line, you will be the one that everybody wants to be like. Yeah, that one, and you will still be that one. You understand? A lot of people might misunderstand you, but later in life they will understand you. But by that time it's too late, because you don't need their understanding. By that time you've already gone far. You understand? So keep growing, don't shrink yourself. A lot of times they want you to shrink yourself, and that's why they come against you in these covert manipulation tactics, because they want you to stop showing up. They want you to give up. So when you are growing, keep growing. Do not stop, not shrink yourself. If you feel like the environment you're in is making you feel unsafe, or maybe you don't feel like, because in a lot of these rooms, people will try and make it hell for you because of your growth intimidates them. So your job is not to keep staying in a hostile, toxic environment to prove a point. No. Your job is to leave, especially when you can. If your work environment is making it too unbearable to, exist because of they're intimidated by you, find a better working environment. A lot of people purposely be coming against you because they want you to break. Like they want you to break. Do not try and stay in a toxic environment to prove a point. It's like a king now staying among slaves. Obviously they will hate the king and everything because you're better, and they will want to keep on extracting and taunting the king, and it will never stop because you don't belong there. The only way to exist in that environment is to take off your crown and blend in. So you have to pick one. Are you going to shrink yourself, or you're going to go and sit on your throne? Okay? So when you see the environment is not good, do not think, I'm going to stay here to prove that I can. No. Go to higher levels with people who are on the same level as you, who will not come against you. Okay? That will be all for today's video, and I'll see you guys later.